Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, March 13th, 2013. So it's 3/13/13, I guess you could say. And 3 being my favorite number, which is why I sometimes wish that strike spreads were $3. Just kidding. I know you can make it on some underlines, especially, like the spiders and IWM and things like that. I think they have dollar wide strikes, so I could make those 3 wide, couldn't I? Anyway, let's get on with it here. Market is currently looking, down a little bit, flat. That's the way it's been for the last couple of days. The futures looking down pre-market, and then kind of skip sideways for a while, and then the Dow tends to pull things up a little bit later in the day. It's just simply amazing. And then, of course, they jump on TV and say, oh, we've had 9 days in a row where the market's been up, which is a lot of days in a row. And the market has been up a lot, but it just scares me when I hear stuff like that. Let's take a look at what's on tap for today. We have retail sales, which could have a large impact, and then of a lesser impact of our import and export prices, business inventories, petroleum status report, and the Treasury budget. Tomorrow's a big day with jobless claims and producer price index, and Friday is the consumer price index, and then these other announcements, and then industrial production. So Friday is going to be a big day too. Not saying whether good announcements mean good things for the market and bad means bad things. Usually bad means bad things, but good announcements don't necessarily mean good things for the market. Okay, take a look at the spread account, and Apple came back a little bit yesterday. It dropped a bit and is helping me out a little bit here. Amazon, I'm not sure that it's going to ever recover before Friday, so that one, that should be around a $250 loss. And Chipotle is hanging in there, but it's sliding down as well. We can take a look at these on our charts. Here's Chipotle. We need to stay above this line by expiration Friday, so we got 3 days here. But at the same time, it's setting up for another entry. We'll see if it's going to do what it did back here and continue its downtrend. And then I believe this is called like a hanging man or inverted hammer or something like that, which is a key reversal signal, especially after 3 red candles, and then you get one of these, inverted hammer, I believe it is, and that is a key reversal signal. So it happened there, and it happened here too. This is shooting star or evening star or something like that, but when that happens after usually a series of 3 green candles, that becomes a key reversal signal too, or a reversal candle. And of course, the longer the wick and the smaller the body, the more of a key reversal candle it is. But enough about candles, because you actually could go on forever and ever. Let's take a quick look at Apple. It may be able to creep its way down here before Friday over the next 3 days, so we'll just have to see what happens on that particular one. Amazon, it's probably going to be very difficult for it to get down below the 260 price here. But it has, made moves like that previously, but this was earnings too, so I don't know. we'll just have to wait and see. And the spiders, this is our insurance policy. And you can see our calendar is here at 136. We have on spiders, I believe that's April, yes. We have until April for this. So a lot of time, if I squish this down enough, a lot of time for it to come back down here and become profitable near the 136. It doesn't have to actually come down to the 136. If we look at it on the Analyze tab, we can see that actually 145 we start to make money. And again, if we move downward, volatility is going to increase, which is going to pump up the red line here and pump up the white line at the same time. So that's why we have this as an insurance policy. All right, now, so we're not doing so hot here, but we had a pretty good month last month, so we'll just have to wait and see how this works out here. And the Profit 10 portfolio is doing pretty good. What did I do yesterday? I closed PNRA, which was in this account. It was a credit spread that I closed here. I paid 40 cents for it. I think we can take a look here if we go to account statement and we click on PNRA and we'll go back 30 days. Alright, so I paid 40 cents for it. It was a bear call and I bought it back yesterday for 13 cents. So made not including transaction costs, made 27 cents on it times 5. So that was a pretty good trade. So that was like about $150 or something like that. So pretty happy with that. And this other one in here, this is the Iron Condor that we opened for April. Alrighty. So that's what. Oh, also yesterday I sold that on the spread account, the MasterCard double calendar, and lost a bit of money on that one. Actually, I purchased that for $11.33. Looking back here on my notes, and sold it yesterday for $8.97 for $236 loss on that one. That was most unfortunate. And if you look at MasterCard, their chart, this move yesterday put it almost smack dab in the lowest profit portion of the double calendar, where the dip was between the two poles, between the two peaks. That's where it moved to yesterday, and unfortunately that's when I decided to bail. And if you look at this overall, though, if you look at the way that it was trending here, it's not doing anything. So what I was hoping was that it would break this sideways trend here and move up or down, and it never did it. It's incredible. I just find that unbelievable. Alright, now, is there anything else that I want to cover here? Now, yesterday was another nice day because, with the delta that we have on these, and let's just go here and look at all of them. Alright, so let's say we want to hide simulations, and we want the entire portfolio, and we want it weighted on SPY. So we get SPY up here, and then there are some that we have to shut off. IWM, we have to shut that off because those are calendars, so we'll shut IWM off. And I think that's it. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now. Let's move our probability date out to April. So looking at it the way it looks right now, we are at a delta of -9. Can't get much better than that. Theoretically, we're pulling in $13 a day right now. It's a little bit, in reality, it's a little bit better than that as long as it's staying here, right smack dab in the middle here. And we're doing pretty good for a range here. So it's actually looking not bad at all. It's a pretty picture when you see it looking like this. So our max profit, and this is fixed, is $684.95, not including transaction costs, provided it finishes within these high points here, or anywhere above the break even. It's still going to make us some money, and that's break even for SPY, which is 143, and the 166 level for the spiders. So that's looking pretty good. Alright, let's go back here. We'll do that. We'll go back to our monitor tab. And while I'm thinking about the profit temp portfolio, I'm just going to pause here quickly and bring up the paper account. Alright, here we are. This is the paper account up here. It says paper money here. I don't know if you can see that. I can barely see it. Oh, and what we see here is, and all these are expiration of March, so this Friday these are all going to expire, and our deltas are really looking very, very nice here. The Amazon delta is a little bit scary, and we're only up $13 on that particular one. And CF, that's the one where I sold off the put side, or I bought the put side back. So that one is not going to end up profitable, because I still have my notes here. It was on yesterday's video, I think, where I showed how I closed this, and it cost me more than $85 to buy it back, so we're going to lose a little money on that. So roughly we should end up around the $500 mark on our iron condors for March, provided nobody goes crazy. And these Qs that I have that I sold covered calls on, or I sold 15 calls on it way back when. I don't know if it'll tell you here, transactions, view, trades. Alright, so on January 23rd, I sold a bunch of 69 calls, 15 to be exact, for 72 cents, and now they're worth 17 cents. So if this stays below, if the Qs stay below 69, and the Qs are at 68.72 right now, these will expire worthless, and it'll be a nice little profit. Maybe I'll sell some more a couple of months out on these shares that I bought. I bought these shares a long time ago. I bought them way back in November in my paper account, and they were at 65 at that point. So, I still dabble a little bit with covered calls. This is a very nice looking trade, but it's also ties up a lot of capital, but it has done very well. So you can do those types of trades too. So that's it for the paper trade account. So I'm just going to shut this down now. I just want to give you a quick update. Okay, now back to live, and we will go and take a look at our A+ list right quick. Apple. Give me a chart, Apple. Alright, we're looking for a hook down here. We actually have a hook here, so we have an entry here on Apple. I'm going to put an alert here. it would be below. Okay, so we have a hook down on our stochastic. We have a hook down on our MACD. We have a long-term downtrend. We have a short-term, medium-term downtrend. We have a short-term downtrend. Everything's looking down for poor old Apple. However, we do have a tick up on momentum here on the long-term weekly chart on both the short-term and long-term momentum average. And probably not a whole heck of a big concern. As a matter of fact, it might be kind of ideal, to tell you the truth. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Amazon, relentless, can't hold it back, won't come down for me. We were looking, we had a target set here. We may have a secondary entry. I'm going to wait for this to develop one more day and see if we get these to actually turn up. We have upward momentum on the long term, and we have upward momentum on the medium term. So those are all good signs for a long kind of a trade. Baidu, we have an iron condor that we're in on that particular one, but we don't see any spread entries here. Downtrend, stochastic down here, downtrend, stochastic down here, momentum down, momentum creeping up here. If we were to do a momentum trade, we might be interested in doing one based on this, but I prefer to look at the cycles here for the stochastics. CF, we're in an iron condor on that one too. You can see it here, pretty plain and simple. We have a flat trend. I'm probably not going to do anything with this. I prefer to have a little bit more of a angle on the 50 MA. Someday, if this continues, someday the short-term moving average. This is a 9-day moving average, or 9-period moving average. These may consolidate and come together. We can already see that the longer-term moving averages, everybody's coming together here. So we are just going to wait and see what happens with that. When we get a situation like that, it doesn't excite me very much. Chipotle, we are in an uptrend, and we have a possible completion of a down cycle here, hopefully. We have upward momentum on the long term, but downward momentum on the medium term. So we just have to wait to see if we get this hook here or not. Salesforce, we're just going to move our target here over to here. Come on. I think I did this yesterday. There we go. Alright. Momentum turning down. So maybe we can complete this cycle here before we get our hook up and our momentum hook up and jump in on this. I am going to get rid of this alert. Or I thought I was going to get rid of it. There we go. Google. Google has a lot of data on a lot of people. Oh my gosh. They're almost scary with the amount of data that they do have. And, you know, whether they're going to turn over and give it to the government when the government asks for it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I think we missed this here. This is not a good signal here, so I'm going to activate this, and I'm going to move this over to around here and get rid of this alert. Just wait and see what happens with them. MasterCard. Any swing trades, upward, downward, stochastic, we want it to complete its cycle, come down here, or secondary here. Momentum's up, momentum coming down on the long term. That's because it's consolidating here, so things are quieting down for MasterCard. They continue to quiet down for MasterCard. Netflix. Kind of missed our target here. Way too flat to interest me on any sort of directional trades. Same thing up here. I'm just going to leave this one alone, and I'm going to get rid of these targets, so we're not distracted by them anymore. How did that one get out over there? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, nothing happening there with Netflix. Priceline, running a little bit long today, sorry about that. Missed our target here on Priceline. We were looking for a secondary entry. Actually, and we did get a trigger yesterday on it. But the trigger was here, and I waited till after 10 o'clock, and it kept pulling back, so I decided that this was not a good time to get into Priceline. And basically the same thing with PNRA. The alert did trigger on PNRA yesterday, and it kind of did the same thing. It shot way up at the open, and then it was pulling back, and I decided to wait. Remember, we're going to look for something maybe below 170. Is that why I have this here on a weekly? And that may have worked. Actually, I think it was, yeah, that may actually work for this week. And that was last week when I was looking at that. So just to let you know that when we looked at this, I don't know on this particular day why I was excited about that. Oh, this is the one I sold. That's right. That's what this is. This is the one I closed. Yeah, I closed this one yesterday, and so I turned it yellow just to let you know that, or remind me anyway. Didn't do a very good job, did I? That this is the one that I closed yesterday. Sorry about that. That's it. Well, a little bit long today. Again, I apologize, but thanks for watching. Have a great day, and happy trading.